Katelyn and welcome to my channel. In today's Vlogmas video, I am going to be reading some Christmas themed books. We are already halfway through the month of December, and at this point in time, only about a week out from the actual Christmas day, and I have only read one book this month, which is honestly a little insane for me. I usually am a little more capable at finishing books a lot faster, but I have really been struggling to finish reading books recently, or just really get into the groove of reading, I guess. But there are so many Christmassy themed books that I was wanting to read at the end of this year. So I decided that I wanted to do a sort of reading sprint. The book that I have been reading for the past couple of weeks is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. I honestly am really enjoying this book so far, but I have just been honestly not great this past month about balancing reading and consuming other forms of media like television and movies and even just being online. So I have been seriously struggling to pick up a book when I have the option to just go on my phone. And I think that's the reason why it's been taking me so long to get through this. That being said, I am more than halfway through. According to Goodreads, I am at 70%, and I am on chapter 23 out of 33. So truthfully, I feel like I could totally finish this book tonight, or at least get very, very close. And the reason that I am wanting to finish this specifically tonight is because tomorrow I am going to be hanging out with a friend, and we are going to start buddy reading a different Christmassy holiday book. A book that is actually written by one of my favorite authors. It is Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. I love Hannah Grace as an author. I think she's a great writer personally, and I really want to read her newest book before the end of the year. And I have never been the kind of girl who can read two books at the same time, so I definitely don't want to start my buddy read while I am still finishing up this book. So I was thinking that tonight I would take a couple of hours maybe, or just however long it takes, to finally wrap up this book. So I am going to stop rambling and actually get to reading my book, and I will get back to you as soon as I am finished with it. All right, it is now about an hour later, and I have officially finished Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. I did end up really liking the ending of this book. I think it wrapped everything up really well. I'm not entirely sure what I want to rate it yet, because obviously while I did really like it, I did take probably about 2 weeks to actually read it. So yeah, it might take me a little while to actually determine what I'm gonna rate it and what I'm gonna write for my review, but make sure to follow me on Goodreads so that you can figure out just what my thoughts were about it. And because I finished that book, that means that I will be able to start Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace tomorrow with my friend. Again, I am so excited for this book. I really love a seasonal themed book, though I personally prefer more fall theme. But again, I love Hannah Grace so bad, and I am very excited to see if this book lives up to the same amount of love that I have for the Maple Hills series. I'm probably going to be heading to bed relatively quickly, but I will update you tomorrow when I am with Evie and we start reading our book. All right, so it is now the next day, and I am now at the coffee shop with Evie. I'm actually currently in the back room, but we are at Summer Moon, and we just ordered our drinks. We're waiting for them to make them, but we got some sushi beforehand, which was really yummy and really delicious, and We are now going to read for a while, I think. I think Evie will probably get farther into the book than I do because she tends to be a faster reader than me. But I don't know, I've been really excited to start this book and I really like this author, as I've said multiple times now, so maybe I will end up reading faster than her. We also wanted to watch a couple of episodes of some shows that we've been meaning to start, so we will probably also do that, so I'm not sure how long exactly we'll be reading for, but I am very excited to start either way, so let's just get right to it. Okay, so it is now a couple of hours later, and we read 3 chapters in Holiday After.
I don't even know the name.
It's called Holiday Ever After, I'm pretty sure, but I just completely butchered it for a second there. And so far it's really good. There hasn't been like a lot of plot development because it's only been 3 chapters, obviously.
There is an evil AI doll named after me though.
Yeah, no. Her name is Evie. This is Evie if you haven't seen her in some of my other videos before. And there's this doll that's like a key part of the plot line of this book, and her name is Evie, and she's AI, which is crazy. And I looked over at her and I was like, oh my gosh, this is you. And then we kept reading and she was like, am I evil? Yes. And yes, she is.
In real life too.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and then we watched 1 episode of Criminal Minds and 1 episode of The Mentalist because we've been wanting to show each other those shows for a really long time. And we finally caved and did it. And The Mentalist is really good. I'm really enjoying it, and it's only been 1 episode.
And Criminal Minds is really good.
Yeah.
And it's only been 1 episode.
And
although I have seen an episode in the past, and it was really good. So
yeah.
I knew it was going to be good.
I doubt that I'm going to do any more reading tonight. I might. But if I do, I probably won't vlog it. But I guess I will see you tomorrow. So it is now the next day, and it is relatively early in the morning. It is still before 9 a.m. and I am awake because I have to do some stuff around the house before I go into work today for a like midday-ish shift. And while I am doing that, I am going to be listening to the audiobook for Holiday Ever After because, like I kind of assumed yesterday, I did not end up reading any more of it last night. So I am still on chapter 3 and I just want to get more into the plot because obviously, the more I read, the more interesting it'll get. But yeah, I kind of doubt that that will take me more than like an hour tops. And if I do finish up my chores pretty quickly and I still have some downtime before I have to head into work, then I will probably switch back over to just reading straight from the book. So keeping in mind that I am, according to Goodreads, 7% into this book, let's see just how far I can get today. All right, so I have finished up all of my chores that I needed to do around the house and listened to quite a few chapters while I did it. I am now on chapter 11, and according to Goodreads, I am 22% into the book, and the plot has officially picked up a lot. We finally have a little bit of tension between the 2 main characters. Not necessarily the good kind of tension, but some kind of inciting incident nonetheless. So very excited about that. I do unfortunately have to be heading out for work relatively quickly, but I definitely want to pick this book back up again later tonight if I get the chance. Though I think me and my family might be having some friends over, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to read for a very long time tonight or if I'll really even be able to step away to read, but that's the goal, or at least that's the hope as of right now, and I really want to make time to continue reading this because I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a great time. The basic plotline of this book is that the female main character works for this company that stole a design from the male main character's like small town business. And I was honestly going into this book expecting the female main character, Clara, to be a lot more hard-headed and like believing in the company and standing behind them 100% and like not being willing to admit when she's wrong or like that kind of thing. And granted, it's still pretty early into the book, but I feel like she is much more like willing to listen to people and actually hear them and figure out a solution to problems instead of just ignoring the problems and pretending like they're not her fault or her company's fault. And I really appreciate that so far about this book because it totally flipped my idea of what was going to happen on its head. And I honestly love that. But all that being said, I do actually need to get ready for work and head out relatively quickly. So I guess I will see you later tonight when I pick up this book again. It is now much later in the day, or rather it is much later at night. And I am in bed ready to crack open Holiday Ever After once again. I think I am already liking this book more than I liked Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. And I honestly did enjoy that one, but there's just something about a Hannah Grace book that really does it for me every single time. So I am very happy to be reading this and enjoying it, obviously. I am probably going to just read until I fall asleep or until I am ready to go to bed. And I don't think that really has a specific set time necessarily. Tomorrow, I'm actually hoping to hang out with Evie again, because not only do we want to read more of our books, but I am really wanting to switch from Goodreads to Fable, or at least try out Fable and like see if I prefer that to Goodreads. And I was talking to Evie about it the other day, and she was like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to try out that app too. So I think we're going to hang out and read some, but also like start making our profile for, or profiles separate for Fable. And I'm honestly really excited about that. If nothing else, I can't wait to be giving books half-star ratings. Even if that's like literally the only difference, I can't wait. But from what I understand, Fable is like a lot better than Goodreads, and I have been meaning to stop using Goodreads, especially lately, but I just never got around to it because I have been honestly a little lazy when it comes to that sort of thing, like making the full switch. So I was really happy when Evie said that she was wanting to kind of make that switch too, because I think it's so much easier to do something when you have someone to do it with. And yeah, I am very excited to see how much more I am able to read of this book today. And I guess I will give you an update on where I stop reading tonight tomorrow. All right, so it is the next day and I am now about to pull into the parking lot of the coffee shop that I am meeting Evie at. I am very excited to be here. I have only been to this place a couple of times, so it's not necessarily my like favorite spot necessarily. I just said necessarily twice, but Evie really likes it, so very excited about that, obviously. Sorry, kind of have to focus to park, otherwise it does not end well for me. But I am now parked, and I think I'm actually a little early, and by I think, I mean I know, and by a little, I mean 30 minutes, because I got off of work early today. So that was fun. But yeah, I actually was able to do some reading last night and this morning. Not a lot, but I am now in the middle of a chapter, I'm pretty sure. Chapter 17, which is so exciting. And according to Goodreads, I am now 38% into the book. And I'm really liking it. I'm still like obsessed with it and very excited for the tension to finally snap. I am very, very, very excited to continue reading this. And I'm also very excited to finally set up my Fable account because I think that will be very fun to make that switch. But yeah, I think I might actually go ahead and head in now, even though Evie isn't here yet, just so I can make sure we get a nice table, a good spot to work at and read at. So I guess I will see you in just a minute. Alright, so it is now a couple of hours later and me and Evie are done hanging out for the day. I did end up reading a little bit while Evie did some stuff on her phone, but the main thing that we did was set up our Fable accounts. We honestly thought that it was gonna take a really long time because the first time that we like set up our Goodreads accounts, they took kind of a while to curate, to like go over all the books that we have read in the past, or like put all of the information for our profiles together. But there was actually an option on Fable to just automatically link everything from Goodreads, so that made the process 100 times faster. But like I said, I was able to read a couple more chapters. I am now at the beginning of chapter 21, I believe, and I am 46% done with the book according to Goodreads. Yeah, but now I'm actually on the way to hang out with Rachel for the night. I'm going to give her her Christmas present a little bit early, and we are going to watch the last episode of Stranger Things that is out right now, and I'm so excited. I've got spoiled for like one specific thing, but I'm really excited to see how we even get to that point and like all the stuff in between, of course. So yeah, that's actually going to be all for my video for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next Vlogmas video. Bye!